This footage was captured on the night of November 22nd, 2022, when police officers were deployed to investigate a house known for its paranormal activities. After confirming there was no one inside, the police told the homeowner to wait outside while they searched. As the officers looked for clues, strange things began happening.
Anyone inside?
While one officer suggested the door could have shut from the wind, they couldn't explain the odd noises that followed.
Police! Anyone inside, make yourself known.
As they climbed the stairs, one officer felt an unsettling presence, even though he was alone upstairs.
Downstairs, clear.
He began to panic, showing signs of fear. After finding nothing unusual, the officers left the house, still feeling like someone was watching them. During renovations at an airport, workers reported seeing a little girl wandering the upper floors, but despite searching, no one found her. Later, when a security guard inspected the area, he captured something chilling on camera. The footage showed a young girl's face peering through a locked door in a restricted section of the building, an area said to be impossible for anyone to access. To this day, the identity of the girl remains a mystery, and she has never been found. This Reddit user shared a photo from a police officer after a minor car accident. At first, nothing seemed unusual, but later, co-workers noticed an eerie face. There were no objects or ads around to explain it, and it seemed very out of place. Some believe it could be a trick of the light, while others speculate whether this ghostly figure might be connected to the cause of the accident. On June 5th, 2023 in Brazil, police stopped a pickup truck after hearing unsettling noises coming from the back. When the officer opened it, he found a woman, but something about her wasn't right. She sat with a twisted smile, mumbling incoherent words as her body moved in unnatural motions. Sensing something dark and unexplainable, the officer stepped back, unsure whether the woman was under the influence of a sinister force or a substance. The scene was both chilling and sad. This security guard started hearing strange sounds echoing through an empty school. To make sure he wasn't going crazy, he recorded the situation. That's when he saw this. A shadow appearing and disappearing in front of his eyes. He searched for the figure, but found nothing. Some believe it was the spirit of a girl who hung herself in the school's building. leaving the security guard absolutely terrified. An officer monitoring an inmate noticed something strange on the surveillance screen.
Ya que él comenta que una extraña energía no lo deja dormir por las noches, por lo que los guardias al escuchar esto lo ignoraron. No fue hasta que observaron las cámaras de seguridad que se percataron que...
Out of nowhere, a child seemed to materialize behind the inmate. The officers were stunned as they watched the eerie event unfold live. Yet, after conducting a thorough search of the cell, they found nothing unusual. No child, no signs of anyone else being there. Could there be a logical explanation for this mysterious sighting, or was this something beyond the ordinary? After a deadly car crash, a police officer captured footage that seemed to reveal something extraordinary. If you look closely, a faint silhouette can be seen hovering near one of the wrecked vehicles. The figure lingers briefly before slowly rising into the sky and disappearing from view. Could this mysterious image have been a soul ascending, leaving the scene of the tragedy behind? This man was filling up his gas when he noticed this. The woman was screaming loudly, convinced she had some kind of special force. The officer on the scene decided to use his taser. Fortunately, he was able to get the situation under control. On October 10th, 2023, a traffic stop turned into a terrifying event for a police officer. On his first night shift at a new job, an officer dismissed the ghost stories circulating about the building as mere rumors. But during his patrol, something chilling happened.
Necesito que alguien venga, güey. Se escuchan cosas, güey, y no mames, se escucha la puta regadera, güey, del puto baño, güey. No mames. Necesito que alguien venga, güey, me estoy cagando de miedo, güey, a Chile, güey. Oiga, güey. No mames, güey, no prende la puta luz, güey. No mames, Cuchi, güey. No seas ojete, güey. No mames. No mames, güey. Hay alguien, güey. A la verga. No mames. Su puta madre, güey. No mames. No mames.
He saw a pale face peeking out from behind a wall. Shaken by the eerie encounter, the man decided to not return to the job. To this day, he remains unable to explain what he witnessed that night. This photo was taken at the scene of a fatal crash in Mexico City. The crash killed one young man and left another critically injured. As paramedics worked, a ghostly figure appeared near the police officers in the photo. The figure, wearing a black robe with a strange face, has been compared to the killer from the Scream movies. Could the figure be a ghost, or is it just a trick of light and shadows? As an officer was returning home one night, they encountered something eerie. A transparent figure can be seen crossing the road. Some think it might be the spirit of someone who died at that spot, while others wonder if it was just a strange reflection. In March 2015, Jennifer Grosbeck and her daughter Lily crashed into an icy river near Spanish Fork, Utah. Hours later, a fisherman discovered the wreck. When the police arrived, they heard a woman's voice crying for help, even though Jennifer had passed away hours earlier from her injuries. Miraculously, Lily, though unconscious, was still alive, suspended in her seat above the freezing water. Rescuers freed her and she made a full recovery. The unexplained voice is still a mystery, with many believing it was Jennifer's spirit guiding rescuers to save her daughter. A routine night at a police station took an eerie turn when officers reported strange activity near the entrance. The officers seated inside appeared tense, claiming to have seen ghostly apparitions outside the glass door. Moments later, this happens. The footage revealed the door swinging open with force. While skeptics dismissed it as the wind, the officers insisted the door was far too heavy to be moved by a mere gust. On July 8, 2023, chilling body cam footage revealed an officer encountering paranormal activity while investigating a noise complaint at an abandoned house known as Site 422.
I'm at Site 422. 422. This place definitely gives out some creepy vibes.
What began as a routine check quickly turned into a terrifying experience. The officer's body cam captured strange movements and even a very clear shadow appeared in the windows. Then he heard some unexplainable sounds from a distance.
I keep seeing shadows walking by. What the f***?
It remains unclear whether the officer left in fear or continued the investigation. This police officer was spending time with his family when he noticed something unsettling across the street.
Sorry, I saw something right here. But it's inside now. Tap it on the window out. There.
Oh, yeah.
Top window.
Yeah.
The bottom window. Bottom window.
I can only see it on
What the hell does its face look like? Oh, man, it disappeared. Bottom window.
I can only see it on
What the hell does its face look like? Oh, man, it disappeared. Top window. Right.
Oh my god.
What the hell is it? Can I zoom in on this?
Oh, gone.
Bottom window. What the hell is going on?
You're just going through the floor or something.
A shadowy figure appeared to move through the empty house, gliding effortlessly through the walls and floors. What makes it even eerier? The house had been cleared out after the recent passing of its owner. The strange movements left the officer and his family baffled. In 1984, a St. Paul police officer captured a chilling photo at the scene of a deadly car accident. In the image, the wrecked car is clearly visible, but what caught everyone's attention was a ghostly face hovering above it. Upon closer inspection, the face was identified as that of the deceased person found inside the vehicle. That can't just be a coincidence. Or can it? A young security officer was working the night shift at a hospital in Chile when things took a chilling turn. Assigned to watch over the building during renovations, he soon found that his biggest concern was not just human intruders. While on duty, he recorded strange and unexplainable events.
Su madre. No voy a de dónde. Mejor voy a salir luego de acá. Conchetumare. conchetumare, ¿no? ¿Qué wea fue eso? ¿Qué es esa wea, conchetumare?
¿Quién está ahí? Despite numerous investigations, no one has been able to explain these phenomena. What could be happening in that hospital? In 2017, a security guard shared a strange school security photo on Reddit. The original video has since been lost, but it reportedly showed a figure in the middle of the frame phasing through a picnic table before vanishing into a classroom wall. The guard described the figure as moving slowly, almost like an old woman. While he was concerned the possibility of students playing a prank, the footage was captured at 2 a.m, when the entire room was locked and no one was supposed to be around. The guard is still searching for the original footage to this day. On August 3rd, 2023, a group entered an abandoned house when they suddenly saw something chilling. A child standing alone in a room, motionless, staring directly at them. Thinking he might be lost, they cautiously moved closer. But as they did, the door to the room slammed shut. Terrified, they ran, shaken by the encounter. And when they looked back, the boy had vanished without a trace. What could be going on here? At a police station in Carabobo, Venezuela, a security camera captured something terrifying.
Mira, ve, mira, ¿viste? Mira, ve, ¿viste?
Oh, marico, salió de ahí exactamente. Desde la mitad de aquí de la...
De la mitad, eso, de ahí apareció.
Va pasando...
Mira, ahí está hablando con Valdespino, ahí está hablando con Valdespino.
A mysterious figure walking in the parking lot, even though access was restricted to authorized personnel only.
No, pero sí se le ve como un vestido.
Yo hago sombra, marico, ¿eh?
Claro, dime tú, todo vestido de blanco está.
Oye, mira, se ve como un vestido. Mira, este marico se ve completico la ropa.
Vestido de blanco está ahora, mano. No
Huevo, mira cómo le hace la mano, mira. Ay, mira cómo me quedo yo ahí en show, mano, porque no le veo la cara. Yo llamo al Despino como para que me acompañe, ¿ves? Cuando vuelto ya no está.
The security guard didn't notice anything unusual during his patrol, so could this be a ghost? Officers are still unsure how to explain what happened that day. One night, this officer recorded a strange sight while leaving the parking garage after his shift. As he got ready to leave, he heard odd noises coming from the parking level he was on. When he shined the light from his motorcycle into the darkness, he was startled to see this: a creepy figure casually walking through the garage. Since this garage was restricted to the employees only, the situation felt even more unsettling. The officer searched the area for any signs of life, but found no one. A security officer captured something unsettling on a camera inside a hospital room. The chilling part? A patient had passed away in that very room the night before. The footage shows something strange, perhaps just a trick of the light, or something far more unexplainable. The timing of this mysterious event adds an eerie twist that has left many questioning what was truly captured. This security guard was working the night shift when something strange occurred.
Look at I saw that shit. I saw that shit. See, I saw that shit. And I'm like, and then it disappeared over there by the desk. And I'm like, okay. So I looked at the camera. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna calm down. So I wanted to tell the camera, y'all see that shit? Y'all saw that shit, right? I'm telling CHA, did y'all see that?
a translucent figure suddenly appeared, floating above him and moving toward the door. Could he have encountered a real ghost that night? To this day, the man remains baffled by the experience. While patrolling a cemetery in Georgia, a security guard recorded something truly terrifying.
So, I'm actually hearing something banging on the door. I'm hoping I'm going to catch this son of a bitch.
It began with strange noises and banging on a door. Then, he saw a child running through the cemetery.
So I'll be doing an escort. Right now I'm just...
More shadowy figures appeared, unexplained sounds grew more frequent, and lights flickered without reason.
There was somebody standing in the corner. I just saw that when my video uploaded, and... What? The lights are flickering on and off. Hang on a second, guys. So, don't know what's going on here, but I'm about to check this out. Okay, guys. I'm really not sure what's going on here. Nope. Yeah, I'm done. This is some spooky going on here. Nope. This is why my security officer quit. Just so y'all can be witness here, I'm checking out. I'm getting here. This is my day off.
One night, his colleague vanished after spotting a little girl. Though the guard continued documenting the eerie occurrences, his colleague quit, unable to cope with the fear. Eventually, the guard also left the job, convinced that something paranormal was happening. One night, 2 security officers in Argentina were reviewing footage from the previous night, searching for clues about a terrifying incident that had happened that night. At first, they found nothing, but suddenly they spotted this.
Okay.
A figure who seemed to be smoking something. The flames were unusually large, and the situation felt strange. Suddenly, the woman vanished without a trace. The officers were deeply unsettled by this bizarre encounter. What had really happened that night? On April 12, 2018, the New South Wales Police shared this unsettling CCTV footage on Facebook. At 5:30 a.m, a garage door in their parking lot, which hadn't been used in days, mysteriously opened on its own. Suddenly, a broom flew out of the garage, stood upright for a few seconds, then fell to the ground. The incident left everyone puzzled, and the cause remains a mystery to this day. In 2007, a family in Puerto Montt, Chile, seeing shadows and hearing eerie cries at night, warning them to leave the house. When the police arrived to investigate, they found broken windows and mattresses discarded outside.
¡Oh, cuidado! ¡Cuidado, cuidado! ¡Ah! ¡Puto el mueble! ¡Fuera! ¡Fuera, señor! ¡Se lo saca! ¡Fuera, señor! ¡Me rozó! ¡Poder, Dios mío! ¡Saca todo, por favor! ¡Fuera, Dios mío! ¡Toquen ese poder de Dios, señor! ¡Lo botó! ¡Bótalo, señor! ¡Fuera, señor! ¡Sácala! ¡Con Dios mío, que está aquí! ¡Haciendo daño su rápido! ¡Toquen ese poder, señor! ¡Ayúdalo, señor!
During the investigation, Sergeant Boris Oliveira was speaking with the family when a trowel suddenly fell from the attic, adding to their unease. Footage from the house later revealed a shadowy figure darting through the background.
Evidencia, ¿no es cierto?
Concerned for their safety, the police offered the family a place to stay for the night. The following footage was captured by an officer responding to a break-in call at a newly built house. When the officer arrived, he discovered that the homeowners were away. After looking around several times, he was sure no one else was inside, though something felt off. When he returned to the car, he saw this.
At least I know I'm not crazy. Because there's definitely somebody standing right there. And now they're gone. Tell me how nuts. And now they're back. You see it? Tell me I'm fucking crazy. That's the creepiest shit I've ever seen in my life. Absolutely not.
Was it just an illusion, a ghost, or was someone hiding too well for the police to find? I guess we'll never know. A Reddit user shared a chilling video filmed a few years ago at his workplace during a late night shift around 3 a.m.
The fuck is this, man?
In the footage, a shadowy figure can be seen moving through the building, but its movements appear strange and unnatural. Some viewers speculate it might be a person caught on camera in poor lighting, while others are convinced it's something supernatural, possibly a ghost. The user, however, is certain it couldn't have been a person. The small building was securely locked, and there was no way anyone could have entered without him noticing. Security Officer Tim was working his night shift when something unsettling happened. Suddenly, he spotted a pair of pale feet peeking out from under a door. This shocking discovery shook him, but it was only the beginning. On another night, while Tim was doing his rounds, a chilling roar echoed through the hall, and a locked door swung open on its own.
Oh, shit. Who's there?
Driven by curiosity, he decided to investigate an abandoned warehouse filled with forgotten items. Suddenly, this happens.
I guess we're doing this. Hello? Whoa. Hello? Who's there? Hello? Hey. Oh, shit.
Later, he captured something more disturbing.
Hello?
In the footage, shadowy arms can be seen reaching from the darkness, a sight that ultimately drove him to quit his job. But why hadn't he shunned his flashlight earlier? On his final night, he documented his last encounter. In the corner of the room sat a woman, silently watching him, but suddenly the recording cut off. Who or what did Tim encounter that night? On March 14, 2017, police in Brazil responded to a noise complaint at a local school. When the officers arrived, the building was eerily silent, with no signs of activity. Just as they were about to leave, loud slamming noises suddenly echoed through the halls, though no one was in sight. Investigating further, they discovered that the fire suppression system had inexplicably been triggered. As they began to let their guard down, the slamming sounds resumed, even louder than before, seemingly coming from nowhere. The officers couldn't explain the phenomenon, leaving them uneasy, and with an overwhelming sense of an unseen presence they couldn't comprehend. A team of Brazilian police officers responded to a call about an abandoned school. Neighbors had reported loud noises, leading them to suspect intruders. When the officers entered the building, they experienced something unexplainable.
Que é isso, mano? Cuidado, Judá. Cuidado, mano. Que é isso, mano? Mano, não tem nada. Caralho, mano. Que é isso, bicho? Caralho, mano. Mano, que é isso, bicho? Caralho, mano. Bora, mano. Vai, mano, vai, mano. Vai, mano, vai, mano. Vai, mano.
A door opens and closes with great force, even though no one was there. The officers quickly left, confused about what had just happened. Unfortunately, this incident remains unsolved. While staying in a hotel in Peru, guests heard strange sounds coming from the beach. The noise was so disturbing that someone called the police. When the officer arrived, he heard the sounds too, and he encountered this.
Hay una persona abajo. Señores, nos encontramos aquí, siendo las 4 de la mañana. No sé si pueden escuchar. Se escuchan unos gritos.
A woman in a white dress walking along the shore without a light. He tried to speak to her, but she vanished into thin air. To his shock, there were no footprints, no trace left behind. Was this a prank, or did the officer witness something supernatural? On December 29, 2020, a security guard's routine patrol took a terrifying turn. According to him, a guest had passed away a few months earlier in the hotel, and since then, strange occurrences had begun.
I heard a woman talking.
A few nights later, while checking the staircase to ensure it was empty, things escalated.
Hello? Oh my god, what the?
Suddenly he heard footsteps, faint at first, but growing louder as if something was rushing up the stairs. Without waiting to find out what it was, he bolted up the stairs in a panic. Later, while reviewing the footage, he thought he saw something or someone lurking behind the door. A group of security guards had a chilling experience at an old cemetery. They recorded a figure seemingly hovering above the ground in an area usually deserted at night.
No mames, ¿qué es eso? ¿Será un cricoso que está ahí detenido en el tiempo y en la nada?
As they drove closer to investigate, the figure abruptly vanished, leaving them shaken and unable to explain what they had just witnessed. Spanish police officer Carl Romero was watching surveillance cameras at the station when he noticed something unusual in the Sallyport.
First, I thought it was like a polilla, like a fly, a moth, and then I saw the legs and it was a human.
But not a real human.
No, it was just a ghost.
Convinced he had seen a ghost, he reported it to his supervisors who reviewed the footage. The entity seemed to walk toward the old transport cages, passing through the locked area as if the walls were not there.
You can see it walk through, it walks in the direction of the old transport cages, and there's not really any way for it to get out through there, but it seems to walk right through that.
Detectives confirmed it wasn't a lighting issue or camera malfunction. The station, known for its ghost stories, has had reports of eerie sounds and sensations, especially at night.
Do you believe in ghosts?
I do, actually. I do believe in ghosts.
Do you think that was a ghost?
I do. I do believe it was something. It's hard to say, but I do believe it was.
Romero, who believes in ghosts, stands by what he saw, describing it as something beyond the ordinary. A small group was having a party at home when strange things began to happen, prompting them to call the police.
Maintenant, je pense qu'on va rentrer tranquillement. What? C'est vous? Excusez-moi, est-ce que vous pouvez baisser la caméra? Ouais, bien sûr. Bon. What? Il y a de l'ambiance chez vous, monsieur? Bah ouais. Ouais. Vous voulez venir avec nous ou quoi? Bah écoutez, non.
While the officers were investigating the house, something suddenly fell off a shelf. Despite the eerie occurrences, the cops found nothing and couldn't explain what was happening. The group felt no safer after their visit, leaving them unsettled and on edge. Officer Ben Malik was on patrol when he unexpectedly spotted a strange figure on the left side of the road. She seemed to be starting a fire, prompting him to pull over and investigate. When he approached her, he noticed her face appeared to be burning. He wondered if she was performing some sort of ritual. Shortly after this strange encounter, Officer Malik arrested the woman. But what really happened that night remains a mystery. A couple discovered their parked car had been scratched by another vehicle. Determined to find the culprit, they investigated and quickly identified the car by matching the colour that was left. A nearby police officer got involved and decided to take photos of the suspected car for documentation, but what he captured next was chilling. In one of the photos, a shadowy figure or face appeared inside the car, even though no one was inside. The uploader claims this was the only photo where the face appeared. Every other picture taken of the car seemed perfectly normal. In a food court of a closed mall, a security officer mentioned he had a girl crying in the dining area during the night. When he went to check it out, he saw a little girl who seemed only visible to him. She said she was looking for her mother. After talking to her for a while, the officer left to report his discovery. His colleagues informed him that no one else was in the area. What could he have encountered that night? It was routine night patrol for the cop, cruising through the quiet streets, until he relaxed a moment too soon and collided with something in the middle of the road. He felt a jolt as his car hit something. Worried he had hit a person, he quickly backed up to check, but found no one. When he later checked the footage, he was even more confused to see he had actually hit a shadowy, translucent figure. What was that? Just before 3:30 a.m. on August 11th, the Pueblo Police Department received a call from a funeral home and cemetery. When dispatchers tried to reach the caller, all they heard was static.
Hello?
The abandoned call, coupled with the eerie silence at the scene, leaves officers puzzled. Was it a prank, or could there be something more to it? A Reddit user working as a security guard at a restaurant in Liberty Station, San Diego, a location with a rich military history, shared a strange incident caught on the surveillance camera. A white, shadowy figure was seen floating through the restaurant. Its movements were unusual and difficult to explain, leaving viewers divided on whether it was a person or something paranormal. The security guard, baffled by what he saw, admits he has no explanation for the eerie sighting. This guard's experience is anything but normal. Take a look. As he patrols, an unseen force suddenly strikes him. It's clear he's not alone. Whatever is there seems determined to make its presence known. It It all began when police were called to a haunted house in Atlanta after Jennifer captured something frightening on her security camera. While her daughter Lauren was watching TV, she received a notification that her entryway camera had detected something. Attached was a video showing a translucent man, resembling Jennifer's late son Robbie, who had died 2 years earlier. Disturbed, Jennifer and Lauren checked the kitchen but found no one there. This event left her in disbelief, wondering why Robbie's ghost was there. An officer on patrol was driving on a deserted road in the middle of the night when he encountered this.
Oh God! No!
A pale figure suddenly appeared out of nowhere. How the officer handled this situation remains unknown. A prison officer was on a late-night patrol and everything seemed normal until they reached the cell of a recently deceased inmate. The gate had swung open on its own, yet no one was inside, and there was no draft or visible force to explain it. Was this a work of a ghostly presence, or could there be a rational explanation for the strange occurrence? A hotel security manager submitted paranormal footage to the Illinois Police Department after receiving multiple complaints about screaming sounds coming from room 209. Concerned, he decided to investigate.
What room is that? If it's the room right above him, it should be 209.
John, do you copy? It's room 209. Amy says nobody's checked into that room, and there's reports of screaming coming from that room. Amy, he's on his way down there right now. What's going on, John? Checked into that room. There should be nobody in there. Wait 1 second, John. Amy, are you there? Yeah, John says he hears the screaming coming from that room. And I hear it too. But we're sure that no one's checked into that room. Correct? John, just wait. We're going to get a hold of the police. So, I would wait for the police, John. Amy, John's gonna enter the room real quick just to check, make sure, see what's going on. Wait one. John? John, are you there? Okay, Amy, John wants you to call the police right now if you don't mind. He says no one's in there, but that all of the furniture's been turned upside down and the hold on. He says the carpet's been ripped up and that the shower is on, but nobody's in there. Man, that's scary. I'm officially freaked out now.
Upon entering the room, he was shocked to find it completely turned upside down. As he stepped inside, a white shadow was seen leaving the room. Some viewers claimed to see just one shadow, while others believed there were multiple spirits. Over the years, numerous reports of strange noises from that room have surfaced, but this recording remains the only evidence of the paranormal activity. While driving down a lonely rural road late at night, this dashcam captured something truly horrifying. A ghostly figure appeared in the middle of the quiet road, faintly illuminated by the car's headlights. The police vehicle seemed to strike the apparition, but when the officer stopped and turned around to investigate, he saw something chilling. The figure had reappeared. Its movements were strange and unnatural, almost as if it was gliding rather than walking. The eerie footage raises unsettling questions. Was this a ghostly encounter, or could it have been an optical illusion or a trick of the light? Now, this next vid is even more chilling.